All right, what is going on, guys? So, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. On today's episode, I just want to go over on how I chart, right, and how I'm able to make the most profit when it comes to trading SPY. All right. So, with that being said, I want to dive straight into it. I don't want to bore you guys. All right, so let's do it. So here I'm on ES. I like to trade ES. We like to go to the higher time frames, right? So first we'll go over to the weekly just to see what is it that we see on the weekly that we can possibly chart. All right. We understand here that we have an uptrend. Okay. So first things first is let's draw our uptrend. That way we get an understanding of how it is the market is moving. All right. Bam. That's going to be my uptrend right there. All right. Now, let's go down to see anything else that I see here on the weekly. I see a minor gap, but I think that we can probably, there's a minor gap right here. I think that we'll probably be able to see it better if we move up to, that's the weekly. Let's go to the daily. All right. All right, see, on the daily here, I'll rather draw probably my uptrend better on the daily. So I'll take this off, remove that. Boom, boom, boom. All right, here we go. Let's do our uptrend here, here. All right. There we go. I like that uptrend mark right there. All right, so we understand that on ES, this we usually chart ES first before we do SPY, okay? Because we understand that ES, they're futures and they move 24 hours, right? The market moves 24 hours a day with ES, and with SPY, it's only from 6:30 to 1. All right. So understanding here what we have going on, we have a nice little uptrend here, right? As we swirl, bounce, come back in, bounce, bounce. All right. So right here, we're making higher highs. Now we're going to go over to the 4 hour. I really like the 4 hour. I like trading on the 4 hour. I like charting on the 4 hour. I get a bigger picture of what's really going on, okay? So here, I can already see, here's that gap that I was talking about. I really like to trade gap fills. I love when the gaps fill. You get pretty big moves on the gap fills, okay? So what I usually do when I do my gap fills is I'll bring it right there, okay? So bottom right. All right, there we go. All right, so there, that's our gap right there. So do that. All right, there we go. So I usually do my gaps in purple. All right. So I understand that if price does move back down to this area, that we could possibly fill this gap. Now, as you guys seen, we're kind of hooking and coming in here to our uptrend line. That can possibly happen here, right? It'll probably come around, hook, and fill this gap, and then bounce off of our trend line here. That ideally would be the best scenario, okay? So understanding that here we have our gap. All right, now let's move over and let's see where do we have some type of support and resistance. All right, this here would be old support. Sorry, old resistance, new support. All right, so I'll bring this here, and that would be, it'll be a key level for me. It's something that I would like to see. So I usually do my key levels in yellow, thicken it up. There you go. All right. So, but I do understand that that's old resistance, new support for me. Okay. But we can also understand that this one could be a little tricky, right? Because we are coming into the gap. So you can either have support around this area right here, But I really wouldn't myself. What I would do is I wouldn't like support until we come back to this line right here, which would be 6,107. Okay. But I trade SPY, but I watch ES to get an understanding of the bigger picture of what's going on. All right. So understand that right here as well, we have a demand zone. Okay. So what I would do here is I would chart that area and I'll put that in my demand. Now, I don't know if we're going to move back down to this price point because we are a little far away, but it's always good to just have it. All right. Because as you know, futures, we move pretty rapidly. All right. And here we have our high point, which is 6,163. And this more than likely is all-time highs. Okay. We have our consolidation zones right here, right here. And I like our consolidation zones because it gives me an understanding. You know what? Let me spread this out. Now, I usually wouldn't leave this up on here, but I'm going to leave this up for you guys so you guys can see. The consolidation zones, I like them because it gives me a better picture of what's happening, and it gives me a better picture of like when buyers and sellers have come into an agreement on a price. So that's basically what that means, right? Like this is why we move sideways here. All right, so understand that when we come back to this level here, we can possibly move sideways. All right, but we have a gap. So I really like that gap, but I just leave it on there just to get a clear understanding of what happened at this area right here. So now what I would do is I'll go over to SPY, right? All right, and I would chart it. So let's clear up the chart here. Clear this drawing set. All right, and we'll go on this is the daily. We have a lot of gaps on the daily, but that's SPY. Sometimes most of the time you'll get a lot of gaps, right? The only time that I would really like to fill the gaps is if the gaps are incohesive with ES, right? So here is our gap point right here. I always do my gaps first. All right. I like to do it pretty precise. Think about right there. All right. And then we'll extend this out. Let's do to the 18th. Oh, wow. No. 0.1. And then we'll come back. The top portion. We'll do... let's do that right there. A little bit more. Let's do the 12, 21st. All right, there we go. So there we have our gap. All right. Now you have to understand what type of trader it is that you want to be, right? You can be. I like trading gaps. That's one of my setups that I do like. All right. So here, understand that on the daily, we do have support right here. Now, I usually don't do this so far out as far as like time frame wise, which is the daily. I like to do my support and resistance on like the 4 hour, but you get a better picture though if it has a nice setup on the daily or the weekly, if it sets up as a good support or a good resistance, because what happens is you understand that price, it's really respected, right? If you're seeing those supports and resistance on the daily, you understand that the price is really respected. So let's move over to the 4 hour and then we can get a better picture, right, of what it is that we saw here. So so just to kind of give you guys a little a quick gem, sometimes you'll see a gap form so this is the weekly, right? We're not seeing it on the weekly. We're seeing it on the daily. So understand sometimes this is why you have to go to the bigger time frames, because sometimes you won't see the gaps on the weekly or the 4 hour or the 1 hour, you'll have to go to the daily. Or sometimes you might not see it on the weekly, the daily, the 4 hour, you might see it on the 1 hour, right? So this is why you kind of go. This is why you kind of go in order as far as like when you're doing your charting. You do the weekly, the daily. You want to break it down in a sense, right? So here is the gap that we see on the daily. All right, we're not going to see it on the weekly. All right, now what we'll do is that is our support right there. So let's zoom in a little bit better. Let's go over to the 4 hour. All right. Here is, so you see, we're not seeing this gap here on the 4 hour, right? But we do understand that the gap is there. Even if it looks like it's filled here, then it's not really filled. It's still a gap, all right? Because it has a gap on the daily right there. And let's just move this just a little bit higher. Let's put that right there. All right. And that'll be our support right there. Well, matter of fact, let's bring this down just a little bit. Let's bring it up a little bit. All right. Right there. All right. That's our support line. So that is our support with SPY. And this is our support with, this is our resistance with SPY. Okay. So what is it that we see here? We see that it kind of looks like we're moving sideways, but not really. All right. Do we have any supply and demand zones here? Right. Not really. We really don't. No. Well, this one. Yeah, I guess this one here. All right, that'll be our demand zone right there. Okay, so we do understand that when price comes down to that level, it will shoot back up because that is our demand zone. So we'll put it in green. All right. Now, we didn't do our uptrend or downtrend, but right now we are in an uptrend. All right, as you guys can see, this is an uptrend. This is just, I'm just giving you guys just a small picture of how I do my charting, just to kind of give you guys an understanding. All right. Now, these are outlier days. I wouldn't really count this, but let's start charting it right here. All right, right there. We can go from that price or probably that price right there. I like that. These right here will be outlier days. This will probably be FOMC or something that happened in the market that caused it for, it was very volatile, okay? But we wouldn't count these days here, all right? We want to count the days that are pretty respected, which is right here. Let me see. Let's zoom in just a little bit more. So as you guys can see, it's respected here. It's respected here. It's respected here. This is an outlier day. These are respected. And these are respected right here. Okay. All right. Now, that's what kind of gives us confirmation that we have uptrend. All right. Now, what else do we see here? Let's move this down. How would I play this for the morning? All right. How I would play this for the morning is I would want to see a bounce. So if I'm trading SPY tomorrow morning, what I would want to see is I would want to see SPY come into this level here. All right. So let's go into the 1 hour time frame. All right. This is what I want to see. Let's see if we can zoom in just a little bit. This is what I want to see. I either want to see us hit the top up here at 608 and reject it and push back down, or I want to see price come into this level here, which will be 603, between 602 to 603 level. All right, that's what I want to see, because we do have demand at that area right there. Okay, that's on the 1 hour. I don't want to show you guys the Fibonacci retracements yet. I just want to keep it really simple with you guys. But this is just like a simpler way to chart, which will be your supply. Well, we didn't put any supply. We got demand here. We have our support. We have our resistance. And on this side, we have our gaps. Okay, so... But how I would play this is I would like to see price come into this level here and bounce off of 602 to 603. And I would play it once I see an increase in volume. All right. I like to trade. I'm a price action trader. So I would love to see volume increase when we move into these levels right here. And that's how I would play SPY if I was trading SPY for in the morning. All right. But that's just a quick charting session just to kind of show you guys how it is that I chart and what I look at. So hopefully you guys gain a little bit of knowledge from this. If you guys understood it, let me know in the comments. If it was a little bit difficult to understand, let me know as well. I'll try to do a more deeper breakdown for you guys, okay? But if you guys like this video, make sure you guys give me a thumbs up. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. With that note being said, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.